Hello everyone, I am right back with some iron armor and an iron pick. Left off the shoes, saved myself an iron ingot. One thing that I didn't mention, which is kind of cool if you have trouble getting to iron, is that dust also works as a repair tool. So the lowest level of dust, which is the green dust, repairs wood and stone. And then the next level repairs iron and I think gold. And the third just does diamond. And one of them does gemstone, I forget which one, but one of them does gem. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, the amount you have to put in there to repair it is the amount of resource in the tool. So since a pick requires 3 of whatever kind of pick it is, you need 3 dust, a shovel takes 1, that sort of thing. So repairing swords is generally pretty cheap and a good idea. That's what I do. I just get a gemstone sword and use it until I out-tech diamond. 2.5 foods. Chicken time. In the famous words of Leroy Jenkins, at least I have chicken. Ooh. Please don't drop through that hole, monsters. Be a bad time for all of us. Long cave is long. Still don't think that I'm quite ready to tackle the ravine yet. And I switched to short view distance, but it doesn't really seem to have helped the lag very much. Especially now I have even more of a lighting. Slow down. Okay, there's some gems. I saw rubies. Let me make sure that I'm safe before I go after them, but those will help me out immensely. Okay, this is going a bit longer than I expected. Well, shit. I'll come back. There we go. Now I know not to forget this pathway. Another handy use for waypoints. Just mark paths of caves that you either haven't explored yet or have explored and keep still going down. Since you can remove them, I really find nothing wrong with just throwing them about pretty wildly at first. I typically end up with about 5 on worlds that I'm pretty much done exploring, once I get into like the just build stage. They're also handy for marking mob spawners, though, if you find a dungeon and don't have time to farm it at the time, but want to later. Well, there's your problem. So much coal. Right, so I have a couple of goals right now. Besides just acquiring a generalized sort of wealth, I want 5 diamonds. I only really need 4, but a 5th would be super handy. Because I want to make a diamond pickaxe. I'm going to need one of those to mine obsidian, which I need for my transmutation tablet. I want to make a philosopher's stone, which I'll explain once I get to it. And I want to make the highest level valence dust, which allows me to make the highest level divining rod, which costs a diamond and a coal. I also need redstone to get the middle level dust, because it costs redstone and iron. Ooh. Okay, let's go kill this spider. Spider. The lag makes me a little wary to just unlace swing when he gets right next to me, which you totally can do on a no lag world. Spiders are very easy to bounce. There's even lots of sapphires around here too. Okay, this is going better. This cave cleaned up a lot of my worries about stuff I wasn't finding. Okay, so these are rubies. And there's a lot of them, so I'm going to be set. We're good. Sweet. There are 3 gemstones, ruby, sapphire, and emerald. They are all the same, to my knowledge. I'm pretty confident that they all work the exact same. They're all just like a middling level in between iron and diamond. I think they're the same speed as diamond, but break faster. That's what they strike me as. So they're kind of like a way better version of gold. Let's see how many sapphires there are. I know there's 2 pockets. There's this one, and then I saw some over there. Which I should probably make some torches first, actually. 1 second. Although, honestly, now that I have a mostly full suit of iron armor, I'm essentially invincible. It's really hard to hurt people wearing iron armor. Okay, I'm glad this wasn't like a giant drop, because I definitely was not watching my corners very well there. Oh, heard a skeleton. Alright, alright. Stupidest fight ever. I mean, I'm okay with it because I just won it pretty easily, but... And yes, I know that I'm just leaving everything behind again. I like to clear caves and then go back and mine. Oh, and if you ever see that effect happening, I have OpenGL on. I think it's called OpenGL. The thing that only generates chunks you're looking at. Trying to make it run faster. God, this cave. I literally will just be down here forever if I let myself, so I better be wary about exploring too far down all these paths. Oh, and you'll also notice there's a lot of copper everywhere. You don't have to get that much. I'm just going to get about a stack and then just stop. You will need more than that, but we're going to have alchemy soon, and alchemy can make you what you need. How much do I have now, actually? I'm curious. Oh, over a stack. Okay. I might get it like a stack and a half, just because I didn't know that I already had that much. And, I mean, this is just like digging up wealth, essentially. I forget exactly how much it's worth. Around 11. So, measured by the amount of stone in the area, I'd say... I think it's like 80-something? 90-something? I forget. 85? I used to know the values of everything, but it's been a little while since I played. And all this jumble that I'm talking about with, like, transmutation tablets and philosopher's stone and EMC value and divination rods or divining rods will all become clearer in time. Do not worry. I will explain things in more depth once I get to them. Just trying to give you a little bit of a hint of all the glory that is to come from this mod pack, because I know that so far it hasn't been particularly new and exciting. Gemstones are cool, but I haven't actually used mine yet, so I know that you still don't even know that much. You know, these more rubies are nice, though. I'm going to have enough ruby for, like, everything I ever wanted. Make some ruby shoes. That's actually amazing. I've never thought of that, but I'm literally going to make ruby slippers. Message of the mod's creators. Make ruby slippers teleport you. Just because you can. But it's sapphires. I was about to say that I don't want to go down this path, but sapphires. And emeralds, perfect. Okay, now I've rounded out the trio. So as you can tell, gemstones are not that rare. They're not super common, but they're definitely findable. Okay, there we go. Oh, and another good note is that once we have the alchemy table up, 8 gemstones converts to 1 diamond. So, it's good to stockpile them if you don't have any other use for them. And I'm not going to bother upgrading all my armor to gemstones, not hugely better. And I'll be just fine with just iron. I typically wear iron all the way until armor becomes irrelevant, because I have so much high-end weaponry that monsters don't get near me. Yeah, but I have a lot of gemstones now. Let me actually organize this stuff. Put all those there. Appetite, iron. That spider is bothering me. I know he's not close, but just the noise. Sweet. I know this is not the path that I wanted to go down. I'm never going to leave this cave, I swear. Okay, that's silver. And I passed some tin a little bit back. I'll show you both of those. They look very similar, but they are possible to tell apart. It's silver because it's shiny. That's how I tell it apart in my mind. Silver's cool. It's very valuable on the EMC scale, like value around 37, and that includes all this stone that it had to measure as well. I think it's worth like 1,000 or something. Like it's worth a fair amount. Silver has a couple of uses with stuff like piping. Primarily, you're just going to be alchemying it, though. And once you teach your table how to make silver, you won't have any more troubles with having to mine it and then actually use it for that. Essentially, the whole goal with one of these worlds, at least for me, is to get an equivalent exchange up and running, at which point you can just convert any item into any other item. And from there, you can set up, like, all the buildcraft and industrial craft automated stuff, which is cool. Because once you have an automated quarry and a system of collectors, you're bringing in wealth at such a ridiculous rate, all automatically. Bjorn and I are playing this on a multiplayer world, and I think that his current collector setup generates about a diamond per second, just as a good standby. I mean, admittedly, it's running on a multiplayer world, so it's constantly running, which really helps the rate of return, but even just a single-player world, which you're only playing occasionally, once you have automated stuff, it does go significantly faster. So much coal. Soon I'll stop. This is silver, not tin. You can tell because it's shiny. I find it difficult to explain how it's different, but if you just look at the two, I mean, one of them's kind of shiny. This is tin right here, like this isn't shiny. It seems like a fairly noticeable difference for me. Tin is equivalent in value to iron, and we're going to be using it, again, mostly for things like wires and batteries. Although it's also required for bronze if we end up making any of that. Ah. Man, that's actually really annoying. I'm going to have to go cook some more iron. Oh, no, I have gemstone. What am I thinking? Okay. I'll be just fine. Sorry. Please excuse my dear Aunt Isaac. Actually, just for good measure, go away. Go away. Go away. Don't want any of you. I think I put down a crafting table like a million miles away, but I'll just make another one because I got plenty of wood. More than enough wood to go around. And some sticks. Okay, I think that... Yeah, now I need ruby slippers. I'll just make a sapphire pick. I like how the way the sapphire stuff looks. Ruby sword, because it looks like a red lightsaber. Yes. And of course, as promised, ruby slippers. They don't make armor. What am I thinking? Just ignore that. Just ignore that. I guess they just make tools. Haven't actually tried to make gemstone armor yet, which is kind of a disappointment, but whatever. I'm honestly not that torn up about it, but you can see that the sapphire pickaxe is just much faster, and it's just awesome in general. I very much like gemstones. I've always felt like the gap between iron and diamond was enormous, because like getting full iron armor is literally nothing. Like I could have it now very easily, and getting full diamond armor is very difficult in a standard world. But apparently gemstone armor just isn't even a thing, so what the hell? That's not how torches work. Okay, so yeah, I'm at height 54. I've hit the bottom of the sandstone, so it's time to go deeper. Try and find my way back to that central area I was in earlier. Maybe here? Okay, this looks good. This looks good. Yeah, okay, that's where I fought the skeleton. And then this is the room I was thinking about. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let me just kill that water. I hear mobs. Die, water. Torch. Why do I keep doing that? More iron. Oh man, this cave. Why? Why does it taunt me so? I really should just go back to the ravine. I'm pretty well equipped now. And if I just keep doing this, I will literally just wander forever and never actually find diamonds, which is all that I should be doing, in fairness. I mean, wandering's nice, and I am acquiring a lot of wealth, but... I could just drop down here and then completely lose all sense of direction that I have. Which I think I am going to do, because it's going to make things exciting. And at least I'll leave cobblestone here, so it should be clear to me which way I came in. Although the staircase doesn't lead anywhere, but... Yeah, the lighting lag is what bothers me. The rest of it's fine. Well, I guess the rest of this cave will have to wait for next episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed so far. Be back next time with part 3 of the Technic playthrough.